Hello guys, this is Tom from Outsole.com. Today I'm going to do an unboxing video of Australia's favorite Chelsea boots, RM Williams. Now if I say that, maybe some people will be like, it's Blundstones that's Australia's favorite, or it's RM Williams that's Australia's favorite. I think there's another brand that Ian something that's from Australia. But anyway, I don't know why they make really good, or how they make really good Chelsea boots in Australia. There you go. So this is RM Williams, and I know that I already did an unboxing video of RM Williams like a few years ago of my Craftsman boots with nice beige colored suede Chelsea boots. Now I remember. Unfortunately, I had to sell that because it was giving me a bit of a heel blisters, or like the heel counter was not comfortable, and it was a bit too small for my feet. And now I said it fits really well back then, but then when I was wearing for a longer period of time, I was not, it was not very comfortable. So this time I got something bigger than before. It was 10.5, now it's 11. The width is G. I think I can probably wear H as well if I really wanted to, because my feet are, the width of the feet are between D and E. So I think I can definitely wear H if I wanted to do that. However, today, yes, I got 11G. So the box comes similar to what I remembered. It's just a brown box with like a nice opening from here. I think it's a bit different from usual shoebox that you see, where it's like a lid, like a black lid that's like comes off, but this is like connected here. So I think that's a bit of a difference. And also I remember this as well. I guess for the store clerks, they can just pull it out and then use it. So let me show you the boots and I'll explain more about it in a second. So what you see in front of you is a brand new pair of RM Williams Gardener boots in black greasy kid leather. To explain very briefly about RM Williams, I'm pretty sure a lot of you already know about the history, but it was founded by Reginald Murray Williams in 1932 in Australia. Now, Chelsea boot style is British, basically. I guess Australia was a British colony, but it was popular during Victorian era and then 1930s, and then somehow in 1960s in Chelsea. And the name Chelsea boots stuck because people in Chelsea used to wear these quite often. I think it's quite similar these days because people who works in finance or real estate loves to wear RM Williams from what I've heard. And obviously they would love to live in Chelsea, in London, which is a bit of an affluent area. So I think it still holds a bit of that kind of value. So that's interesting. Now, I know that RM Williams have been through a lot of owners since RM Williams himself. It was owned by private equity or like some kind of owners, and now I think it's owned by 100% Australian companies, while Hugh Jackman is also a bit of a shareholder. And yeah, so they say they're 100% Australian owned, 100% Australian made and all that, but there's also a lot of noise between its quality at the moment, because I've seen Rose Anvil's video where they weren't using real nice materials despite the expensive price. But let's maybe reassess with the newest boots that I got from them from 2025. Now I purchased these from Mr. Porter. It's a retailing shop in the UK. You can probably buy Mr. Porter stuff from the US if you live abroad, maybe from Australia as well if you're interested. And they usually have a very quick circulation of these kind of fashion products. So I don't think these were made ages ago compared to if you buy from like some random shops. It could have been made anytime. We just don't know. But anyway, to explain about the detail, the upper is made of greasy kid leather. Now, kid leather is usually a young cow's leather and is soft and also durable at the same time. Therefore, it's used to make baseball gloves quite often, or some kind of handbags. And from my memory, Viberg uses kid leather as their lining leather because how soft it is, and it will feel like you're wearing gloves. Now, these are not the same kip leather, unfortunately. These are greasy kip leather. And greasy kip leather is basically made from an older cow, and it has impregnated oil at the top. Now, that doesn't mean I can feel the oil on the top layer of the leather. However, I can kind of feel when I want to push it, like I can feel that there's a bit of a grease or oil that's inside the leather, which will help to garden, basically. Now, a funny story, my friend is a real life gardener. He gardens every day in central London, and I showed him this boot, and I asked him, would you wear this when you're gardening outside? And he said, these are too nice and too expensive for me to wear them every day on my daily job. And because of the Chelsea boot style itself, apparently is not like very suitable for gardening, because this is not waterproof on the side with the elastic gusset. So he usually wears like more a covered pair of boots, or like sometimes sneakers too, to be fair, when it's too rainy. Because when it's like super rainy in London, nothing will, definitely prevent your feet from getting wet. So he would rather have something so that dries off very quickly compared to leather kind of boots that he normally wears during sunny days. So anyway, so upper leather is that like that, and I saw Rose Anvil's video. I'm going to mention a lot of his video because of what he said in the video kind of like put me off from buying these. But then I purchased them, and I do quite like them, and I would needed a black pair of Chelsea boots, which I don't have because I sold my Loke Chelsea boots. Sadly, I can't do the comparison video, sorry guys. But the upper leather doesn't feel really, really thin. And I know that he actually reviewed Comfort's Craftsman, not Gardener boot, so there's a bit of a difference. But as he said that the upper leather is quite thin. It's like a sneaker kind of leather, but I don't think it's too thin in my opinion. While it's not as thick as my white boots that you see there, but if I compare with maybe like something like Trickers, not gonna lie, it's a bit difficult to compare, but Trickers is like pretty much the similar kinds of thickness. It doesn't, because Trickers doesn't feel like thick. Now definitely this is thicker, but it's not miles off from what I can feel from Trickers, to be honest, in my opinion, for gardener boots, basically. One of the biggest pros for RM Williams is that the upper is made of whole cut leather. Now, people might be confused why whole cut leather is better compared to stitched kinds of leather. There is only one stitching going up at the back, which will help for the durability of the boot, because there's less stitching and more leather, because leather is stronger than stitching. And also it feels more elegant. It's a very difficult process, I have to say that, to produce a whole cut Chelsea boot. So this is one of the reasons why when people ask me, oh, this RM Williams boots looks fake, what do you think? Or some of my friends when they ask me. And I always tell them, for RM Williams, I don't think there will be a fake or counterfeit boots, because it's such a difficult task to make a whole cut Chelsea boots, let alone copying it. So if someone has that kind of a technology or skill to make whole cut Chelsea boots, I think they will probably make their own Chelsea boots and try to put them out in the market, to be honest with you. Now, that doesn't mean there's like zero counterfeit, that's like counterfeit proof, obviously. And I don't know if there's actually counterfeit, but I think it's highly less likely compared to other kinds of like Red Wing. I have seen Red Wing fake or counterfeit boots before, but I think whole cut Chelsea boots less likely. Moving on to the outsole. The outsole is made of rubber tractioned outsole, and it's Goodyear welted to the upper. Now, Goodyear welted means it can be resoled. Unfortunately, the one in the UK doesn't offer resoling service, and I think the RM Williams Australia offers them resoling service, which is great because you can keep nice, because you can keep the same outsole that they offer. One of the things I've seen from other videos is also that the outsoles are not made of leather. I think they also use leather boards. And I know that the Alden's like Indy was on fire because they used leather boards instead of leather. However, this is made of blocked leather heel, and there's no midsole. The outsole is just literally the entire rubber there. If you see the elastic gussets here, it feels actually super tight in terms of how they are. So I think hopefully it'll be like it'll hold for a long time. The insole is made of vegetable tan leather. If you see here, there is a mark, like leather mark. So the upper is made of leather, the inside is made of leather. However, the outsole is made of rubber. You can see a bit of a glue coming out from there. I think the heel pad is glued to the insole. And compared to what other people have said previously, that just looks and feels like leather insole. So I'm gonna say that's leather, like not foamed. Hopefully it's actual leather. I can't tell unless I break it apart. But yeah, in my eyes, those look like they're leather. You can also see the RM Williams logo and Made in Australia tag there. One thing I'm surprised is that the front part has different kinds of lining compared to the heel counter. I think the heel counter leather is probably, it feels a bit different, so less soft compared to the front forepart. So I guess they use more durable leather on the heel counter so that it's where it rubs up the most. So I think they're trying to prevent the shoes from falling apart. Now let's talk about price point. In the USA, I believe you can purchase them at $600. In the UK, currently you can purchase them at £400. And I do believe it's cheaper in Australia because you don't pay the VAT or import tax or whatnot. So it's substantially cheaper to buy them in Australia compared to the UK and US. But I think it's fair for me to compare these with maybe a bit more expensive price point boots rather than cheaper boots. I'll definitely need to wear them more so that I can compare the price accurately. From my opinion, I think £400 is, a very expensive pair of boots. And I think it could maybe, the material could be a bit better. Now, I don't want the upper to be thicker because it will probably make it a bit more uncomfortable. But I guess given that these are work boots, maybe the upper can be a bit thicker. Now, other lines, it's not designed to be work boots. You can basically wear them to the office these days. And I don't think the thickness of the leather should matter. The quality of the leather should matter more. I'll have to be honest, I got these for £200, like half the price from Mr. Porter when there was sale. And it's because I was put off by the people's reviews and videos. But I decided to purchase them because of the half price and I needed a black pair of Chelsea boots. All in all, I think from my first impression, I'm very happy with the RM Williams Chelsea boots at the moment. And I'll wear them more, definitely, and then give you my honest opinion after maybe a few months of wear. Anyway guys, this is Tom from Kudasole.com. I have shown you the RM Williams Chelsea boots. I'll come back with more videos next time.